I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Hello, welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better Right Square podcast. This is our podcast about anything and everything, and we are RedCycloneInc. This week, I'll be your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mike with the mic.
Sup?
Spider-Man. Do it to him, man. You know what it is.
Man.
We've been waiting for a long ass time.
About
You
3
picked
years?
up the system. You got the system. You got the game. You got the codes. You got the secrets.
Yeah.
You know
So,
everything.
I got the PlayStation Pro limited edition version of the Spider-Man system. It's all red with the big white spider on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy with it. It runs a lot faster than my old one. Like, it runs with the 5G internet, so it's faster.
Nice.
Does
Does it make a custom sound when it come on? Or no? They don't do that anymore.
No, it does not. It should
Damn
go.
It made that sound. People would break it because they be doing it every day.
Oh man! But it did give me the theme and all that stuff, which you can put it on and you hear the sound effects.
Okay, so there's not. I don't have many of those because I haven't pre-ordered a lot of games. But I know that's a new trend is when you pre-order a game, they give you a live theme.
Yeah,
So how is this one? Like, is
It's
it cool,
just-
or is it just like?
it's kind of plain. It's just it makes the sound effects. It's just Spider-Man swinging. It's nothing like really special.
Okay, cool. All right.
I'm not changing mine. I have a cool ass one. I'll send you a picture of it with my cool ass theme.
Is it a live one or is it like one you made?
It's a live one. It's a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger one.
Really? Whoa!
Yeah.
Where'd that come with? Where'd it come from?
I found it on the damn. I found it on the store. It was like $1 something.
And then, like, does it come with the sound effects as well?
It has like when you're moving the cursor to different things, you hear the watch noise.
No, please don't tell me that.
Not the whole thing. It goes,
No, but it makes the. Oh,
yeah. And then it pretty much it has like a kind of a Power Ranger kind of song behind it, and you see the Rangers pop out.
really? And that's like the part of the live thing is that it constantly they pop
Yeah.
out of. Okay.
There's always a different Ranger, but it's
Oh,
cool.
wow.
I was like, you know what, I want that. And I have that as part. That's
No,
pretty
that actually sounds pretty cool.
So Spider-Man for PS4 finally came out on Friday.
It's a PS4 exclusive as far as we know, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's odd. I'm not used to that.
Yeah, because it's Sony.
I know now, but I'm just saying, like, this is the first time they flexed that muscle.
So this
All
is
the other
game-
ones weren't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because Activision been doing their games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a
Wow.
long relationship with Activision, and then they were like, you know what, I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Activision's starting to be one of those companies that I don't know if you really want to work with them anymore because they're a little too heavy into the microtransaction stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, them in EA.
Yep.
So okay.
But yeah, the game so far is pretty fucking fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving every minute of it. I'm having a lot of fun just playing the game, going through the stages. I honestly just started doing the story. I've been playing the game. I probably got a good maybe 10 hours on the game, and I mainly just been swinging it around, looking for things, looking for backpacks, just learning the game, the
Alright.
fights and shit. And
Question
then I
number
just
one.
started going.
Question number one.
Yeah.
How is the swinging?
It feels very natural. Like it feels easy to do. It's very easy to move. It looks nice. It feels nice. It's just it works. And then you You could like bounce off shit. You could like slingshot yourself onto a pole and then launch yourself faster off of that.
Yeah.
And then when you buy weapons, you buy upgrades, or you get upgrades, you swing faster and like stuff like that. But it's really nice. It feels really nice.
Second question: how's the combat feel? Because that's the thing you'll be doing the majority of the game besides swinging is beating people up. So how's that feel?
So the combat takes getting used to. The villains sometimes are like overwhelming and they will fuck you up, but. Okay. Once you get the hang of it, it has kind of an Arkham Asylum-ish thing with the dodge and stuff like that.
Okay. Now here's the thing I'm seeing people start to recognize is a lot of this game really seems like a heavily modified Spider-Man 2 engine, because even the fighting, a lot of people are digging it up. They had like that mechanic in that game.
Yeah.
And that predates Arkham. Like, there was some elements from Spider-Man 2's combat that predate Arkham.
You know, I will say it's very similar to... You know what? This game does feel a lot like Spider-Man 2 in that sense.
Yeah.
The freedom that you had in Spider-Man 2 and all that stuff about the balloons. Because fuck the balloons.
Oh my god. My balloon! The worst side quest ever. But just because there were a million balloons.
But I feel like, it played a lot of part to it. If you go to a more current game, I think Shattered Dimensions were fought very similar as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, it feels natural. It feels like Spider-Man. Like, when you fight, you do feel like you're Spider-Man swinging around, like throwing people, webbing people. The web gadgets are pretty cool. Like, I got the web grenade that you can just go and it'll splatter on everybody. The effect webbing is always great.
Do they make it easy to change up which one you use?
They have a little circle, so you press the L1 and it goes to the grid, and you can pick which one you want.
Oh, nice. Okay. So it's always so changing your gear is easily accessible. Yeah. Just like hold the button and do it.
Exactly. Like same thing with the suits. You can just change your suit just by going to the menu and go to suits, and you can change your suit as well.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Sam, what's up?
Yeah, she's singing. She sings all day. But yeah, it's a really fun game. I've been on it all night, like last night. I've been playing, just catching up into it. I know Flying Grace and Lil Steven, he's pretty far into it already.
Okay, nice.
But everyone's really loving it. Like, I'm loving the scenery, the game, the city looks beautiful, especially at night.
No, they just honking horns. I'm like, damn, they fight. Is Spider-Man go by? What happened?
But yeah, the scenery is dope. In the daytime, nighttime, and when it rains, just like that, it looks really beautiful. Probably one of the best looking games I've seen on PS4, like under God of War.
Yeah.
And Horizon. It's up there.
Well, see, that's the power of being made specifically for one console's, architecture. And it's like, damn. Yeah. We're this far in, and people are like, oh, we're going to the next generation. But then something like this, or God of War comes out, and it's like, shit, we still here for a minute, man.
Yeah.
And okay, this is another thing. This is the third game, because those two games you just mentioned, they both came out this year, right?
No, Horizon was last year.
Horizon was last year?
God of War was this year.
Okay, so it's only God of War. Okay, cool.
But yeah, it's good to have. With Spider-Man also, like it comes to fanfare as well. Like, you really have to understand the character to make the damn game that has more like, yo, you fuck up this, we don't like you kind of thing.
Really?
No, as in the mentality. Like, Spider-Man is a big character, so he has to feel a certain way. And I think,
does it include the origin story or no?
Not really. Like, they kind of figured that how Spider-Man
he became. Okay.
Yeah, like the origin story. I'm fine with not being in none of these games. We know how he became Spider-Man. He does mention Uncle Ben. They actually have a picture on Aunt May's desk of Uncle Ben and him. So yeah, they talk about him and stuff like that. I like the characters. The characters development is pretty cool. So far, I just fought Shocker and Kingpin, which is the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
I rarely moved. I've been like searching for the things and like trying to complete all the finding missions
Mm-hmm.
and just randomly fighting villains and like getting used to the combat and stuff like that and just leveling up. But
So, are there like, well, I was gonna say low level, but forgive me, but Shocker is like as low level as they get, right?
yeah,
That's what I was gonna ask.
they have a lot of new characters too. Like if you've been reading current comic, they added some of the new characters. Like Speedball, I think her name is. That she was trying to put. She pretty much would just live stream Spider-Man chasing her and fuck him up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they added her into it. There's a lot of like, there's a lot of characters I don't want. Like again, I have not really went through the story that they are probably there that I haven't seen yet. But there are also ones that like when you like Black Cat. Like I was telling you, they did a mission for Black Cat. They had to take a picture of a little cat or where she robbed.
Yeah.
And then she just talks to you and stuff like that. You don't see her just yet, but she
Don't
talks.
mention cat. The cat. Don't mention cat.
Exactly. She's thinking. There is like some Peter Parker missions that you actually go in as Peter Parker. Mary Jane, you play as Mary Jane for a few seconds in the game.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, you actually play as Mary Jane. What does she do?
Just walk and pick things and shit.
Oh jeez.
Because she's a reporter. She became April O'Neil. I don't know when Mary Jane became April O'Neil.
Yeah, you're right. I was gonna ask you that question as well. So, what is this universe? This is his own self-contained thing, or is?
So it has a little more. It has a little of the comic book. It has a little of. I think this is more their own story, written by Dan Slott. Like it's made for the game. This is the game universe kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because like Octo Octavius actually is the one that made that white suit, the one with the white spider.
Okay.
Because because right now in the beginning of the game, Peter Parker is working for Octo Octavius. Like they're turning him and they're helping him making prosthetic arms and all that stuff. So he saw that Spider-Man was working for Parker was working for Spider-Man. And in his mind, like he didn't think that he was Spider-Man. He thought he was working for him. So he was like, "Oh, you're working for him. I see what he does to the city. He Octavius thinks he's a good guy." So he was like, "All right, I'll help you out whenever I can. Just let me know when you want help and stuff like that. Your secret safe for me." And then Spider-Man falls asleep, and then Octavius, he updates the suit.
Oh.
And he put the white spider, and he explains why he put the white spider and all that stuff. Like he actually explains the build of the suit.
Oh, okay. So that's pretty cool. So they flipped the story on his head.
I actually like that. I actually thought like Octo Octavius being like a mentor and stuff like that actually fits, and I was like, all right, I can deal with that.
Yeah, he's a scientific character. You know, he's a scientist himself, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not like Peter Parker's learning from like Mysterio or something.
Yeah. Then you have Norman Osborn is in the game. He actually became the mayor of the city.
Of course he
So
did.
he's the mayor. You do these science lab things, which Harry made to help Peter help him with. So Harry, you hear Harry's voice in the game. You don't really see him though. But yeah, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things, but I also like the feel of how the New York City receives Spider-Man as well. A lot of them think he's a hero. A lot of them think like him as well. So they'll comment to you and they'll say hi to you and they'll say things like to you and everything like that.
I see you can land on the street, and then they changed the function of the attack buttons to like do cool stuff with the people.
Yeah.
And so I've seen pictures that were hilarious. Or somebody put up a video of Spider-Man taking a picture of somebody taking a picture of him.
Yeah.
So it's like four dudes standing around, and it was just like a guy on a ledge for some reason.
Yeah.
Because open world games still have some jank.
Yeah.
And so it was just a passerby just walking on the rail like nothing was wrong. I'm like, yeah, that's video games.
One other thing is cool. One other thing is cool is like the photo edit mode. Like it's crazy. Because you actually have him take a selfie, and he'll actually take a selfie. You can change the eyes, Like,
Yeah, I've seen. It's very in depth with all the filters. That's actually pretty cool.
And then like if you're in midair, you could take the selfie from midair and all that stuff. It's crazy. They added a lot of things. They want you to have a lot of fun in this game.
Okay,
They really nailed it.
I got a question. Have they? Do you know, or have they encouraged you to do that in the middle of a fight yet?
Take a photo.
Like of like the bosses, not the regular enemies, because
I haven't.
faceless. But like,
I haven't because like I'm busy trying to fight them.
I wonder if there's like a trophy for doing that, like taking a picture of all the bosses.
Next villain I fight, I will try.
Okay, all right.
Try it.
He'll probably get mad at you or some shit.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is too, like say for instance, like time that I was at Mary Jane, you can actually have Mary Jane take the selfie, so she'll like set up for a selfie as well. Like they smile for the camera.
Yeah. Oh, that all right.
It's not them just straight. Like they smile for the camera. They like have a peace sign, or he has the web fingers and shit like that. It's cool.
Nice.
Game is really fun. I recommend everyone get it. If you have a PS4, definitely get it. I did get the system, so I have a big PS4 Pro. That's 1 terabyte. It's red, it's white. Has the white spider on it. It looks beautiful. The controller I love because the buttons are white. They're actually the analogs, the top buttons, and face buttons.
Is it the type of material that will eventually get human stuff on it though, and change color?
No.
Really? Okay. All right. Good. They learn.
Yeah.
They learn because white stuff doesn't stay white.
Yeah, it's a darker red than the other controller I had. It's more of a, I guess the Scarlet Spider kind of. It would be a little darker.
Okay.
But it's cool, and then I also got the collector's edition.
Yes.
Collector's edition has a statue of Spider-Man fighting Scorpion.
Really, Scorpion?
Mm-hmm.
Why him of all people?
Well, he's in the game.
No, I know that, but why not like a more iconic? You know what I'm saying? Like Green Goblin.
Why are you hating on Scorpion?
Man.
I think they chose Scorpion because it won't spoil the game. There was like really hush with the final with the sixth version of the Sinister Six, which I honestly in the book, and when you open the box up, it has a thing saying spoilers. Do not read this book until you finish the game.
Oh, interesting.
Because you'll probably have pictures of the villain.
Okay.
All
right. Cool beans.
It was cool. It came with the season pass, which the first part got announced, which would be with Black Cat, which kind of leads the story that you do with her leads into it.
Yes. All right, that makes sense.
But yeah,
did they say how? Wait, you said how long it's gonna be? It's like a month.
Probably a couple months or so.
Okay. Yeah, don't wait too long, but give people enough time to finish everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really fun. I honestly played it most of the night yesterday. So I still have it on, but yeah, it's a great game. Definitely check it out.
All right. Early ratings for the game. What do you predict?
It's a 9.
Like yours.
It's a 9 for me. Like it's everything I want for a Spider-Man game. There's some things that are like April. I don't look April. Mary Jane. I don't like. I do not like Mary Jane because she's very April. She's pretty much April O'Neil, and that's not the Mary Jane I know. Gotcha. And there's they kind of have her characteristics with Gwen Stacy a lot, and not what she's actually is. That kind of bothers me as well. But that's me being the super Spider-Man fan and being nitpicky. Miles shows his face. He's in the game. They did his story a little differently as well.
I figured that.
But yeah, it's cool to see all these characters. The character models look great. The suits are pretty dope. I'm loving the Scarlet Spider suit because I unlocked it. That's probably
I see. They did some work on it too. It's got like cool, like little tech designs on the arms and legs because you know how the actual suit is like it's just a straight up skin tight spandex.
Exactly.
So they teched it up and made it look like armor with a hoodie, which is like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Get a hobo suit. That's pretty much what it was. He got all that from the trash.
Really? I didn't know.
I don't know where he'll get red spandex in the trash. I wouldn't want red spandex.
He was hanging around the dance academies that are downtown. That's what he was doing. Needs to stop. Ben Riley, where you at? Oh wait, he's dead. Never mind.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a fun game. Mr. Negative is probably this like his first game that he's in. He's a cool character. If you actually read
a new character, or has he been around for a while?
He started in the Brand New Day series when they remember after the other and the one last day.
I've only heard of it, and that
so
people either liked it or hated it.
So from the Brand New Day, that's pretty much what was a big relaunch, and that's when Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man comic came out. Like everything, it came out like 3 weeks a month. Like it was coming out a lot. And Dan Slotts took over. That was pretty much his baby for a long time. He's been writing for at least almost 5 years, 6 years.
All right. What year was it that started?
Shit, I can't even think of the year. But all I know is when Spider-Man did the whole deal with Mephisto with Mary Jane, and they couldn't connect. That's where it led to a Brand New Day, and that's when it introduced Mr. Negative. That's when Aunt May started working in that shelter.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and that's pretty much which was run by Mr. Negative, which is the character. He was actually one of the first big. He's the first big Asian villain that was created in a long time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, he's a cool character.
All right, and we're going to take a little break right here just to remind you to follow us on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, also on SoundCloud. What we do is we have this podcast, the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. We also have the Wrestling Babble podcast that's hosted by Merc with the Mic, who's a frequent guest on my show. And that should be on Merc with the Mic on SoundCloud. We post those on YouTube as well. So you can check the Merc with the Mic podcast out on his YouTube channel, which is also Merc with the Mic. And also you can catch the It Gets Better I Swear podcast as well as the various other playthroughs on the RedCycloneInc YouTube channel. Thank you. Wait, what are his actual powers?
He kind of has like a telekinetic, like he makes you go negative, like he makes you go like just be negative and shit. It's like he's a mind manipulator kind of thing.
Oh, so he can't like change matter and stuff, can he? It depends on what it is. Like his body actually, when he uses his power, he goes negative. So his whole face is like black, his hair is white. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, can he go through walls and stuff? Like, I don't know. What does negative let him do? Does it give him some type of strength?
Like he gets he connects to characters that he could mind control most people kind of.
Oh,
thing.
So that's what it is. Okay,
it's really hard to explain his power, but yeah, he is a mind manipulation. Like he could control you, and that's shit. Like he was the one that made Anti-Venom because he used his power, and it hit the symbiote and changed it the opposite way. So that made the symbiote white instead of black.
Okay. Now I understand.
He was the reason for Anti-Venom.
Okay, I understand now.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a good villain. There's a lot of iconic villains in this, like Rhino, Scorpion. I haven't got that far yet, so all I fought was Shocker and King.
Okay, cool.
And I like, hey, Hermie, where are you going?
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure we got when it was. It was 2008 when that started.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so now I'm looking through all the events that took place. I'm seeing a lot of familiar stuff. I just don't remember it because I wasn't actively collecting at the time, but definitely a lot of the art and a lot of the characters I see from Brand New Day. Like, oh yeah, okay, I know what you mean. Like,
so that's what led it. That was what led to Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then the relaunch of Spider-Man again after Superior. Yes.
You know what? I'll be perfectly honest. I hope Superior gets his own like DLC type of thing because I want them to do a story. Yeah, that'd be great.
So I was talking about this with Little Steven. I was like, "Hi, Octavius is actually good in helping out Spider-Man. Maybe he has superior motives."
Mm, I would not put it past him.
But the fact that he made the suit, which it made me happy with that suit. Like he's the
Yeah.
one that he did the improvements already, like the way Octavius is. And I was like, damn, that would be kind of the suit that he would make.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, they're setting some groundwork.
Yeah.
So it depends on where it ends up, but I think that would be a pretty cool thing to have, maybe in this engine.
Yeah.
So
I definitely see a sequel coming. They got a really good, big praise. I think this went gold the first week it was out. For pre-orders and shit. So like it sold really really well. I think it's the top selling game, like superhero themed game in a long time.
I wouldn't be surprised. Well, yeah, Batman was like 3 years ago.
But like the advanced selling right now for a single system game is probably one of the highest grossing games.
No, I mean I'm trying to think of competition. There's no.
No,
When's the last superhero game?
because even back Arkham Knight did it. Arkham Knight did it right. It's
No, but I'm just saying, like, that's 3 years ago. There's been nothing in 3 years. There's no superhero games been that long. There has to have been, right?
That were good.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think, like seriously trying to think here.
No.
Wow.
The Avengers, there was no Avenger game.
Right.
The last movie games all sucked, which were
You're right.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow. That sucks. But
Injustice.
well, that's a fighting. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Injustice.
Okay. Injustice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't cut it off. Yeah. Injustice.
But yeah. Scott Steiner got an name. Stop interrupting. That's bullshit. Anyway, yeah, amazing game. Definitely play it. I'll have more review or more to say about it down the road when I actually play more of the story mode. But it's great so far. I also got to play the Fist of the North Star demo. That's up on PSN. It's made by the guys that did Yakuza, and it feels like Yakuza. The combos and everything kind of feels like Yakuza.
Good. I was a little worried, so I didn't actually download it myself, but I'm aware.
Yeah.
If you check out the RedCycloneInc Twitter, you'll see that we've reposted some videos and a lot of the, I don't know what you call them. They can't really call them ads. They just be putting up clips and stuff from the game.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the best way to sell it because it's crazy.
Yeah.
I was asking you before we started, can you do the thing where you take the words out of the air and beat them up with it?
Again, I did not see
like,
nothing like that.
Yeah, you're telling me no, you didn't see it yet, but I'm like that. Just that in and of itself being put into a video game in 2018 when people got so serious.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, man, you could take the sound effects of you whooping somebody's ass and beat them up with the sound effect. Like what? That's crazy.
It'd be something. I think it'd probably be in it. They again, it looks like a fanfare kind of thing.
Yeah. So good on them. I hope it's good. I know Kiryu is gonna be a download skin for that game. If you pre-order it, they just give it to you, which is nice.
Yeah, the game does play just like Yakuza. Menus are just like Yakuza's.
Which one? What does it feel like?
The start menu.
The new engine. Does it feel like Kiwami 2 or does it feel like 0?
It feels like Kiwami 2.
Really? Okay. All right.
Because I'm fresh off of that.
Yes.
But no, I think it's using Zero's engine.
Oh, really? It's not using the one because people don't ragdoll the same way, like Kiwami. Okay.
Yeah, and then also like the leveling up is the same kind of like Kiwami. It has the dots that you have to connect.
The dots. Okay. Oh, nice. So that. Oh my goodness. This game is unlocking potential for there to be like a whole franchise of them being. Okay, so you know how? Who is it? Nintendo? No. Um, I'm forgetting the name. I know the team that makes it is called Omega Force.
Yeah.
Koei.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, you know how a few years ago, I want to say 2 to like 1, that they were doing work with Nintendo to make warrior style games,
Yeah. They did the Zelda, the Hyrule Warriors.
and then they made Dragon Warrior Warriors,
Yeah.
and then they made Berserk Warriors.
Yeah.
So this is unlocking the potential for hopefully Sega to take the Yakuza engine to make some beat 'em ups in different universes.
That'd be cool.
I hope, because that engine does, like, I'm thinking this is like the evolution of 3D brawlers, because there's not really many of those, like brawler, not action game, because Devil May Cry, God of War, that's an action game. It's not a game where you just mash on dudes relentlessly, because you can't do that in games like God of War when you get later on, because you'll just get your ass whooped. But yeah, like I hope there's more. So I'm going to support this one. Yeah, so and definitely I have to remind myself to download the demo. So
yes, download it. It's fun.
Cool.
It was cool. Yeah, I like the way it plays. I can see potential of what it's gonna be. But yeah, like to explain Yakuza in a way that to explain it, I say it's a RPG beat 'em up.
Yeah.
That's the most I could actually say it is, because that's exactly what it is. You build your character like an RPG. You eat and you build your stats and shit, and you fight like a beat 'em up.
Yes. Yeah. Like that's a extremely accurate way to fight it, because it's simple and it really does just mash those two elements together. And it's like, hey man, if you would like your franchise that is mostly known for one dude whipping people's asses to come to this engine where people like the way people get beat up, then that's just like a marriage made in heaven. So I hope this game sells well too. Like,
yeah,
because I know a lot of people like Fist of the North Star. Like, and I know a lot of people like Yakuza, because definitely this is like this. I'm telling you, this is the third brand new game for us.
Yeah.
Within a year. 6, Kiwami 2.
Yeah.
And this one. 0 was last year, right?
0 was last year.
Yeah.
And
So
Kiwami 1 was last year.
yeah. So we got 3 brand new from that studio, in 1 year.
Might have one more too. I think 3 comes up at the end of the year.
Oh, nice. Yes, but that's just showing the power of what they're putting out. They found a market. They found a way to advertise it to people. Because another thing I think that's very important to remember is that there's no Yakuza commercials, are there?
No.
On TV?
Not that I've seen.
And these games are selling a lot compared to what they used to sell, which was like nothing.
Yeah.
So I think maybe the engagement with social media is doing them a good service. I think
0 changed a lot of things. 0 like really put something
a lot of people's first one, yes.
Yeah.
But again, it's just like, how did they get that out there to the people? Because number one, they have no commercials on American television. I don't think I've ever even heard of that happening. And number 2, I've never seen a poster for a Yakuza game ever. So how the fuck do people know to buy it?
It reviewed really well.
But like, I'm trying to understand where all these fans are coming from, because it's been out for. What I'm trying to say is, even Yakuza 0, I think it's a PS3 game, because it was it was a Japan exclusive, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is why it kind of looks the way it does. Like, it's like, if you notice the in-game models, they have that same Kiryu look from like the PS3 era.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I wonder who is the power of the games media, that like just the internet only games media, is it that powerful now? Like, because there's hardly any. We have Game Informer. Nintendo Power is gone, but like, the game's not on Nintendo. but like Game Informer couldn't be the one source that made it so spread like wildfire. Could it?
Nah, I'm not doing Game Informer. Game Informer is a GameStop fucking magazine. So basically, if they're not paid for reviews half the time, they don't give good reviews.
So like,
I think it's all mainly word of mouth and sharing, and pretty much.
That's powerful. That's powerful, man. Damn.
Shit, I did honest. I didn't play anything until you started talking about it, and I got them really cheap.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
that was my thing, is I got them like dirt cheap. I got them like both under $20, and
That
I was
helps.
like, okay, let me.
that helps
Right
too.
out.
Yeah.
But then you started explaining the story and explaining how the game works, and then I was like, you know what? Let me just play it. So I sat down one day and actually just sat through the story, and I was like, all right, I'm hooked.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I mean-
now 3 games later.
And I'm just like, damn, that's amazing. That whole thing is amazing. It doesn't have the clout that Streets of Rage has, the buzz around it, and it just people know, and it's selling good. So good on them. Keep
But,
making those good games.
Yeah, especially with Zero. I think Zero was the one that. I think Zero is the highest selling one.
The highest selling, but yeah, but I think Kiwami 2 might end up being everybody's favorite because again, it was mentioned when it came out, but I've seen reviews saying that this might be like one of the best games ever made.
Yeah,
That's pretty high praise to throw in a video game
yeah,
that came out in 2018 that isn't like God of War, that isn't Spider-Man, that isn't, something of that caliber. It's not AAA.
yeah.
Yakuza's not a AAA franchise. And
That's good for Sega.
yeah. But just to see the fans just like, dude, this is my favorite game. Like, what?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Well, I don't have Spider-Man, but I have been playing some stuff that's been getting updates and having new content recently. So this past week, Monster Hunter has had a brand new monster, well, a brand new type of an existing monster added to the game. What they're doing is continuing their series of arc-tempered monsters, which is a extremely difficult version of an existing monster. This week, the quest is called the Eye of the Storm, and you fight an arc-tempered Kushala Daura. And if you played that game, you know what that is. And most people who, if you haven't, you don't know what the fuck that is. You don't know what that is. That sounds like mumbo jumbo. What a Kushala Daura is it's an actual dragon because Monster Hunter doesn't really use that word too loosely. They call a wyvern a wyvern.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have arms or it doesn't have 4 legs is typically what you classify a dragon. Dragon has to have 4 legs or more. They can have more, but typically it's 4. So it's one of those. It's not as big as like the biggest monster. So it's not as big as like the behemoth that had a special event last week. But what it does is it flies in the air mainly. It summons tornadoes, which is a pain in the ass. And it shoots ice breath at you, but it has a really cool effect for all that stuff. So the arc-tempered version tends to kill players in one hit by charging up an ice blast, which once you get used to seeing it do it a few times, you know not to stay directly in front of it. What else? When they arc-temper stuff, they typically make the monster not easily abusable, because after a while, people who play Monster Hunter typically find a way to just abuse a monster so they can do it fast. And you can't knock it out of the air with the flash bomb, which was typically the way to do it. You would knock it down and beat on the head, and that would stop it from doing the win. Not anymore. So now you have to actually play around that. So people who can negate win for the team, aka hunting horn users, are like gold for that quest, because that's a pain in the ass, very annoying, can set you up to get killed. Which when you die, that makes it less likely that you will succeed, because 3 deaths for any quest like this is over. I'm glad they didn't make it 1. That would be that. I can't wait till they do stuff like that. If they start doing challenge quests where it's like Oh yeah, you get a rare item because the Arc Temperate monsters give you a new version of the armor, which is called Gamma. They shuffle around the sets and stuff, and so far they've all had a visual effect added to it, so that's kind of cool. Again, this is all stuff that's free. Ain't nobody paying for this, but this is just them showing love because 10 million units sold in such a short span of time. That is a record for that company.
That's the top selling Capcom game
ever. Sold 2 million on PC because it was at 8 million from console, which is already ridiculous. So, damn. And they confirmed the dates of the next event, the next big event, which is gonna start. I believe it's in 2 weeks, the 20th. Like, I did also notice. I think a lot of stuff is happening on the 20th. Like, there's wrestling events happening on the 20th. There's this. I think movie wise, there's supposed to be something coming out on the 20th. Like, what's up with the 20th?
I have no.
Is that like the start of the fiscal year or some shit?
No, it's the end of the month, I guess.
Is that like the fall season? Is that officially the first day of fall or something? No, right?
The 21st is.
I wonder. So, well, anyway, like, that's a lot of stuff is starting to go down for Monster Hunter starting 9/20. And that's going to be their big event. And what they usually do when they have the big event is all of the previous event quests are available on starting that day, going until the end, which is, it says here, is 10/4. So that's the October 4th. So that's starting up soon. Again, non-stop content and varied content from this game. Like, if you bought in January, you've been given nothing but free stuff up until now. So that's pretty good. Other people should take notice. Other directors of their games should take notice. So that's actually a good thing. And the Monster Hunter side, I want to move to Tekken 7, which got a really big update. Their Season 2 pass just came out. I want to say it was Tuesday, which I think was it Tuesday or Friday? The 6th, Thursday the 6th.
Yeah,
that's when it came out. And so finally, people have got the two most requested characters, Lei Wulong and Anna Williams, so they can please stop crying. It's got to a fever pitch with this game. It's kind of a famous thing in the FGC, specifically the Tekken corner.
Yeah.
Of the fans are just relentless for those two characters, and it legendarily has driven the director of those games. I think his name is Kazuya Harada. I know his last name is Harada. And he has a T-shirt out. And is dedicated to those fans that relentlessly have begged him for years to put them in Tekken 7. And it's called "Don't Ask Me for Shit." And it's hilarious, and it's just a sign of like the times we live in. Just the access that the fans have to the people that make the games now is very, very easy.
Yeah. With
Twitter and like their Facebook, because technically you have to have one as a member of a big team like that, of a big corporation like Namco Bandai. So yeah, it kind of sucks to be somebody like that, but when you have to deal with the onslaught of fan requests and stuff, but good on them, because they could have really just said fuck you and we're not making them until the end, but they made them the first two, which is pretty cool. They are actually very good characters. It seems like Lei is very, very he fits really, really good into this game. I know Anna did as well. Like, she's not drastically different from how she was in 6, but she is not a clone of Nina. She does not borrow heavily from her moveset. And she was given a lot of new tools. I saw fans are putting up some new tech, and there was something she has, like an EX stance change, I think it is, where like she just avoided whole cloths, like somebody's rage art move.
Okay.
And like she just did this, like she did this move that she just has, where she picks a stance, and she puts her knee up, and I think she has a few moves from that, and she was completely immune to somebody spinning their EX meter on her, which was kind of hilarious. So she's got some tech. There was some videos I saw from people putting up some lay combos, and he has one ridiculously cheap looking combo where you can just do his, I believe, I don't know the name of the move, but I know the command is forward X, I believe it is, unless they switched it, where he just does a really fast snap kick where he spins, and you just keep doing that. Like you can do it up to 5 times in a row and still finish with like some pretty cool damage. And then there's some tech where they could set you up for his unblockable, that no matter which way you roll, forward, backwards, or side, you will be hit in the face, which is pretty funny. It doesn't do a lot of damage because it's not the one where you hold. But I'm like, damn. So it's like day 4, day 2, day 3, and people all like, that's the type of stuff I like to see when a new character comes out. So good. Mission accomplished. People like the characters. You know, I can't wait to see the next one. So that's basically it for like what's new in the stuff I'm following. So you know, maybe this won't be the longest episode. We talked a lot at length, spoiler free, about Spider-Man.
Yes, and yeah, I want to play more Spider.
The early what would you call it, prognosis, if you will, from Merc with the Mic is buy it. If you want to buy a system for it, do it. Don't be ashamed. Do it. But the early
buy a system for it.
Yeah, the early prognosis is, yo, go get it.
Yep.
Go get it now.
Go get it now.
Don't wait. Don't wait for a sale. Get it now. Don't feel left out. Get it.
Yep.
Don't be like me. I'm playing prototype, son. I went backwards. I went backwards in time.
I want to climb some buildings. Fuck it. I'll play this game.
I ain't got no webs. I'm gonna run up this building.
Oh man.
That game holds up. It's not the prettiest, so maybe I don't know if Xbox has the backwards compatibility for that game. I doubt it would. Like, why?
Yeah.
Quickly fell off of people's radar. But a lot of people bought it. That's why they made a part 2. It's not very good. Ugh.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Did you know there was a Guyver suit in that game?
No, I did not.
But towards the end, his powers basically let you turn into the Guyver.
Cool.
That's fucking amazing. But anyway, yeah, go get Spider-Man. What are you doing?
Go pick it up. Go pick it up now.
Yes. Question, Mark, is there going to be any Spider-Man related content on your channel?
I did my first video on Twitch. Yeah, so I'll be running it on Twitch. I'll bring those on YouTube.
They're not giving you problems, right?
No.
But you know how some games they don't want you to stream story stuff too early.
Yeah, so that's why I'm giving it some time before I go more into it. So I did some stuff on stream. I did like the first 2 stages, which they pretty much show everywhere. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a little bit more time to do the rest.
Nice.
But yeah, it's up there on Twitch. I'll put on YouTube this week.
Nice. So you can catch all that Spider-Man goodness on his Twitch. That's Merc with the Mic.
Yes.
And also catch whatever other gaming playthrough stuff he has on his YouTube, which is also Merc with the Mic.
Yes.
For us, we're going to be putting up some gameplay of. We're still doing Phantasy Star Universe. Boy, there's a part that I'm up to in the game that is extremely questionable and extremely Japanese. There's a character named Lena. She's a beast. They introduced a species of beast called Small Beast. The character Ethan Weber, he's like, I think he's late teens. So what the story tells you in the game is that Lena, who is 3 feet tall, is older than the character Ethan Weber, who is like maybe 6 feet, and he's like 17, 18.
Yeah.
And Lena is in love with another beast who's named Tyler, but I think it's actually pronounced Tyler, but whatever. It's a space name, space variation of Tyler. Tyler is typical human height, beast man. And it's extremely weird to see a full-grown man holding this tiny woman's hand, and they're supposed to be in love. That's extremely Japanese. You know, if you know what I'm saying. She doesn't come off as a grown woman. I'm just putting it that way. You look at the character Lena from Phantasy Star Universe, and she looks like a little girl. There's some weird stuff going on, man. Japan, all right. That's all I'm gonna say. She's not a human, so human law does not apply to her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why? Anyway, that's what I got to go through to finish this game. This is what I just forgot about. I forgot about that stuff. Anyway, that's gonna be on the Red Cyclone Inc. YouTube channel. You can check that out. I'm also gonna put that up on Tumblr. You will see the notifications go up on Twitter, and it's gonna be on our WordPress blog as well. All of that is Red Cyclone Inc. We also have Facebook, Red Cyclone Inc. What else we got? Tumblr, I said. Twitch as well. I don't really do too much Twitch because we in the Red Cyclone Inc. studios don't have the bandwidth to produce adequate Twitch videos, so we don't want you to suffer. Is what I'm trying to say. So that's how that goes. But I'm trying to think of a new PS2 game ever to go alongside it. Like I tend to like to do a last gen, current gen, way back when.
Yeah.
So I like to mix it up.
Why don't you do Prototype?
I want to get a feel for it. I'm planning on Easy Plus. I didn't know that game had a new game plus where you can switch the difficulty, so that's pretty cool.
Okay.
So I might do that. I'm not playing that game on hard because I remember the reason I stopped playing that game was because the last boss is cheap as fuck. You're in an aircraft carrier and you got to fight like a giant monster that's like a bigger one of you. Well, he has like your powers. He can jump high, smash hard, punch, all that stuff. He doesn't have the blade arms, but like he's basically like the king of the monster men in that game. Like once you see your first monster man, you know what a monster man is, and then he's the king of monster men. And it's just not fair. It wasn't like that was the most chaotic thing I think that was happening at this point in the game. You had the army fighting you, you had the monster men, you had monster minions. And for some reason, like helicopters were shooting like missiles at you, and it makes you fly around, and it's not fun. It's not fun. Maybe on easy. We'll see. But anyway, I digress. Stay tuned to the Red Cyclone Inc. YouTube and all of our channels and all of our social media. You get the updates on what's going on. Same with Merc with the Mic.
Yep.
No excuses. You know the deal.
Yep.
So do it.
Always remember. Follow Jenkins.
Sandwiches. He's the king of the sandwiches.
There you go.
Don't let him have one, but he's the king.
He's playing Spider-Man now.
Oh, see? He probably has a sandwich in his lap right now.
He probably does.
Did you hear about Xbox making grease-resistant controllers?
About time.
So somebody spring to tell Sony tell them to make a line of grease-resistant controllers for the Jenkins.
Yes.
So you can eat sandwiches and play games at the same time.
There you go.
And not make a mess on the controller. All right, y'all. So take it easy.
Peace out. Laters.